for Catherine Tate! Catherine, you want to do a photo? Is that okay if we do a photo right here?
Yes. Hello!
Perfect. We'll have you stand right here.
Am I done now?
All right,
everybody. In this photo.
Yeah, pull your phones out. Here, pull your phones out. And if you look, isn't that all these stars are here for you? We're gonna do two photos. One right there by yourself, then I'll jump in for the second one. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. First photo. All right, and the second photo. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Perfect. All right, everybody, welcome her. You guys want me?
Oh. All right, mate. Hello. So you see these people with these photographs here? These what are they called? Not photographs. Cameras. Thank you very much. Jet lag. If you want to take a photo of me, can you get on a ladder and let me look up? Because it's a much more flattering angle. Thank you.
I think she should walk around. What do you think?
I do like to walk around. I do like to come down and say hello to people. Is that all right? What I like to do is I want to find out who's come from the furthest place. Because I've come from England. Can anyone... Where have you come from?
Southern California.
Southern California. It's about an hour's flight, mate. Any takers on Southern California? Where are you from?
Here.
Here? Oh, so far you're winning, Southern California. Wisconsin! Suck it, Southern California! Anyone from further than Wisconsin? Where? Honolulu, Hawaii. Honolulu, Hawaii! How about Wolverton? Where? Germany! Any takers on Germany? You've got a little ginger... Oh, you haven't got a ginger baby. What? I wish. I didn't get a ginger baby. We could put a wig on him. Oh, he'd look lovely. Look. That would be cute. Little ginger toupee. How are ya? How you doing? Anyone further than Germany? Where? Puerto Rico! Hola, chicas! How are ya up here? What do you think about the new doctor? Awesome! Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know you were following me. There's a man with a camera. I'm going to go back on the stage now. Now, here's the thing, people. Don't go spoiling my fun and asking me questions about Doctor Who. Because I don't know the answers. Hello, darling. Okay, I'm going up now. We're all going to behave very well. Running, running, running. Running, 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 running. Wonder Woman. She only got that because I turned it down. Running. Here we are. So Puerto Rico is the winner, right? Oh no, there's a rumble. Is there someone here from Australia? Yes? She's American, but she lived there. What's going on? listen, one at a time. What are you saying? Germany's further than Puerto Rico. Ooh, someone studied in class. Is it no? Toilet brothers. Look at my face. Look at my face. Geography. Do I care? Look, face. Puerto Rico, Germany. I'm a brother. I am brother. Here, I don't know what Nan would say about that. I'm not going to. So anyway, hello, how are you?
No, good. You know, this has been the easiest job I've ever had moderating. So just keep doing what you're doing. It's great.
Because I don't like to sit too much. Sitting is the new smoking. Yeah. So actually, you know, I know you all like Doctor Who. And that's great, and sci-fi. Rock on, people. But you do know, full disclosure, I'm not terribly up on the sci-fi world. Did you know that all the crowds turned? People leaving in their droves. Yeah, I mean, I absolutely loved being part of Doctor Who. It was one of the most fantastic experiences of my life. I didn't have a clue what was going on, though. I honestly didn't know. You know, I'd be looking through the scripts and saying to David, sorry, what's a Dalek? He'd go, oh, for God's sake. And a Sontaran. I only remember that because it sounds like Sultana. Sontaran, you know the potato ones? Yes. That's how I remember them. Food, ood, spaghetti. But anyway, questions.
Yeah, we have some questions right here. Right
we have some questions. Yep.
First off, am I bothered?
Oh, you don't look bothered, mate, no.
Second, my brain just blanked.
Well, you've had your brain wiped, I know what that feels like. Can't remember anything. That's my excuse when you ask me. I don't know, my memory got blanked.
Yeah. So it's been 6 years since you left Doctor Who. Or 6 seasons, whatever.
Right.
In the meantime, we've had countless alien attacks, whatever. What do you think Donna's been doing all that time since she got married?
Well,
So obviously she's not lost her mind and dead.
No, I think she spent all her winnings on the lottery quite quickly.
Yeah. Makes sense.
She's probably in rehab now, to be fair. But I imagine she's had to go back and be the fastest temp in Chiswick. 100 words per minute. Hello.
Hello. My question is also about Doctor Who.
I'd rather the geography ones, to be honest.
I was just wondering, what were your favorite and least favorite episodes to film on Doctor Who?
To be honest, we had such a blast doing them. There was no real favourites. They were all your favourites. Do you know what I mean? And if you had to say what was the least favourite, you'd be really being sort of mealy and going, well, the ones probably that filmed in the dead of night in the freezing cold. But it was still just a great big laugh to do that anyway. But okay, the adipose. Episode, like from a sort of personal point of view, was the Runaway Bride, because I had no idea I was coming back, so I just made the most of it. You know, I just thought this was a one-off chance I was going to get, and you know, it was a blast. You know, and then they asked me to come back, and that was incredible to me. I didn't know. Hello.
Oh, my question is, do you like being in shows artistically?
Do I like being in shows artistically?
Yes.
Like, sort of artistically? You mean like, do I like to have an input in them? Is that what you mean?
From your point of view, I guess.
Okay. So, artistically, I do like being in shows. But something like Doctor Who is such a creative thing. It comes from such a brilliant mind as Russell T Davies's. That really, yeah, absolutely. I mean, there was no show without Russell. You know, I mean, we just run about and go, I'm not wearing high heels, and that's just David. But it's him who gives us the words, who gives us the story, who gives us our interaction, you know. So as much as I like to be part of the creative team, which I do with my own shows, with Doctor Who, that was taken off my, responsibility list, because it was all on Russell, which was, an absolute privilege to do that. Hello.
Hello there.
Hello, hello.
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 Molto bene.
Molto bene.
Don't say that.
Oh, let's just keep doing this.
Yes. So if you were to choose your own adventure aboard the TARDIS, would you pick a different time or a different world?
Oh God, that's a bit technical for me. Would I pick a different time or a different world? Oh, what you mean, would I have liked to have gone back in time or go to a planet where everyone's a bagel kind of thing? Is that what you mean? Is that what you mean? I told you, I'm not really up on sci-fi. You mean like, would I like to have gone back in time?
History.
Yeah, I would have liked to have done like, I know we went back to the 20s to do the Agatha Christie, the Wasp and the Vesperform. But I would have loved to have done, oh yeah, we did wearing a floaty dress in the volcano. Fires of Pompeii, people! Yes, we did. And I did love those because they're great fun. They're great fun. When you go to the other planets, it's kind of like, well, you know, you've got license to anything there. You know, it's like, because everyone here is purple and speaks like this, you know. Whereas back in time, you've got to be very specific, you know what I mean? And I find that more, the detail is more important to me, and I think that's really interesting. So I definitely would have gone more back in time.
Correcto mundo.
Grazie, mille grazie.
So I have a question for you.
Yes.
Because you have a unique perspective on this.
Yeah.
Is comedy really different in the UK versus the US? And you've had experience with both.
I mean, listen, I'm blown away that so many people know my comedy in America. I really am. And, you know, I would have had no idea. I mean, I just to sort of detour a bit, I only started doing the conventions this year. And it was John Barrowman who said, why don't you come and do conventions? And I was like, why? I said, who's gonna be there that would remember me? I had no idea that Doctor Who travelled so well. I mean, no pun intended. I just had no idea there was such a big fan base around the world, you know. And I was thinking, well, I've not been in the show for 6 series, so I wouldn't even expect anyone to remember. So the fact that people know my comedy and then get it is just sort of like mind-blowing to me. So the difference between the American and American and British comedy, to be honest, I don't find it any different because the process is the same. If people laugh, that's kind of it. I mean, from TV shows, I would say on network TV, in Britain, you can get away with more. Do you know what I mean? Because I wouldn't be able to turn up at Dunder Mifflin as Nan, let's put it that way, and speak freely. Because, you know, it's a different, you know, there's a different set of rules here, which are brilliant in their own way, because you have fantastic comedies that don't rely on, you know, cheap F words like I peddle in. But you know, having said that, making the shows, you do something. My only experiences with The Office, which was the most fantastic show to do. I couldn't have, you know, wished to go in and join a greater set of people and it's kind of legacy. But the process there, it's so much bigger here. Everything is so much bigger here. You know, you have whole writers' rooms. You know, there's people just there writing you jokes, whereas at home it's me and my mate, you know, that's it. And the catering's a lot better here. I mean, it's so good. It's so good. At home we get like a tea bag and an urn full of hot water and they go, lunch.
You said, who would remember? There are 5,000 people in this room right now who remember all the things that you've done. They adore you. Let her hear that right now. question.
Thank you so much. I mean, we're so British, we're like, oh goodness me, you're probably here to see someone else. Anyway, sorry, I'll go see.
Hi, Catherine. Thank you so
Hello.
much for coming. I was super excited when you were announced, so I'm glad that you started doing
Thank you very
comments. So I'm not an overly emotional person, but when Donna's end came, I was sobbing. So my question is, when you came back to do Donna on the series, did you know how her story was going to end, and did you like it, or would you have preferred her ending in a different way?
Well, the first part is no, I had no idea how the story would end. I've no idea if Russell knew how the story was going to end, but you never know with Russell because he's such a brilliant mind. The way he kind of pulled everything together, given that The Runaway Bride was genuinely supposed to be a one-off, and it was only, later that they go, why don't we bring her back? And he pulled it in so brilliantly. So I didn't know, I read it and I just thought, this is the most incredible piece of writing. And I just think the bravery of someone to write a character that actually has gone on such a massive journey. And actually, Donna's story is tragic, it's a tragedy. Because she's done all these, she starts out as this, as he says, this out of control girl shouting at the world. And she goes on this incredible journey. She sees everything, she changes, she helps the doctor, she helps herself, and she comes back and she doesn't remember any of it. She's had absolutely no transition and she remembers none of it. And I think I just thought it was brilliant. Now, so I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change it for the world because people remember that ending. You know what I mean? I'd rather have an ending that's so sad. And the lines where he says, for one tiny moment she was the most important woman in the universe, and my mum says, she still is, she's my daughter. That's so brilliant. I'd rather that than, than someone go, anyway, companion, bye! Which, I'd have taken as well. But I guess the thing is that there's no way Donna can come back. I don't think there is. Or is there? No, I don't know. I don't know. But so I wouldn't change it. I loved it, and I didn't know. Yeah. Thank you.
Hello. Hi. Sorry. So.
Okay. No, you start.
So how do you use the characters that you've played in past TV shows and characters you've created yourself in your daily life?
How do I use them?
Yeah, do you use them at all?
Do you mean, do I go up to Starbucks and say, I want a green tea, all right? Give me a green tea right now. No, I don't use my characters in daily life. All I do is I use people that I meet. Actually, what I do is, it's not really people I meet, but you're always kind of stealing from people. I steal from people's personalities all the time. But the way you trick them into not knowing that you've stolen from them is to change their hair colour on screen. It's true. Because all of us recognise ourselves physically, but I don't think we do characteristically. And so, for example, I have a character in my show, and she's this really kind of like overexcited girl who's always saying to her husband, oh, you won't believe what's happened to me today. Right? Now that is my cousin back home. That's my cousin back home, except she doesn't have long dark hair. So she doesn't realise it's her. And so she'll see it on the TV and she'll go, oh, you won't believe what's happened. That character who's on the show, that is so funny. And I'm like, it's you! But she doesn't know. So I do that quite a lot. And there's this one character. Actually, I don't know, we didn't do it in many seasons, but she's just called Screaming Woman, and she screams at everything, like microphone, and what's that thing that you heat food up in? Microwave! She's watching it count down, and then it pings, and she screams. She opens a packet of chips, and it pings, and she screams, that's my mum, right? Right? And I was watching it with my mum, and And I said to my mum, that's you, right? Because every time the bell used to go, the doorbell used to go when I was young, my mum would scream. I mean, it's amazing I ever, you know, went out, to be honest. Like, my nerves were shot. She'd go, who's that? And I'm like, how do we know yet? So I'm watching the show with my mum, with the screaming woman. I say to my mum, that's you know. And she says, my hair's not like that. I was like, oh, okay, people just recognise themselves physically. But I'm going to do a character in my next show who keeps backing away from the microphone. But I'll make a blonde bob.
Hello. Hi. So you've created all these wonderful characters for the Catherine Tate show, and that's where I saw you first. So you just talked about how you like get the characters from other people, but I'm wondering how much of you goes into those characters. Like, how much of like were you a bit of a Lauren Cooper in school, or I mean, are you in 50 years? Are you going to be Nan? Or
do you know what I think? Oh, I'm absolutely going to be Nan. I mean, I'm planning on doing Nan until I no longer need the prosthetic, and then that's it. Yeah, I think. Well, I funny enough, one of my teachers, when my show first came out, got in touch with me, and it was my English teacher, and she said, oh my God, it's a flashback. So I guess I was like it, and if I do, I really apologise to everyone who knew me as a teenager, because, you know, oh, how obnoxious. Actually, talk about obnoxious. I've got some family in today who I have met. They live in Salt Lake City and I've only just met them. Are you here? Yes! Okay. And one of my cousins I met, I don't remember this happening, right? They came over to visit my mum when they first got married, and apparently I was a teenager, right? And I said to them, I mean, how obnoxious is this, right? Oh, it actually makes me cringe to say it, but, you know, you might get a laugh out of it. Apparently, I came into the room, stood out, and these are my American family that I'd never met before, right, when I was a kid. Came into the room, and I was like, I'm gonna be a star. I mean, oh my God. And then, apparently, I say to people who were born in California, oh, I can do an impression of a Valley girl. And apparently I did. I was like, oh my God. He was like, ew. And I was like, what? And I was like, shit, oh my God. Anyway, so I guess I did have a touch of the Lauren Cooper about me in the obnoxious brigade. Yes, so there you go. Will I be Nan? Yes, absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. The privilege of age. Say what you like to people. Thank you.
Okay, so the first episode, first episode with Donna in it, she has one of the most profound appearances of everyone. She just like kind of jumps into the show all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And I was wondering, through that episode, as it just gets crazier and crazier, what was going through your head? What kind of emotions and like keeping track of it?
You mean Runaway Bride?
Yeah.
Mainly what was going through my head was, oh, I wish I'd not said yes to wearing high heels. Because I'm very shallow. To be honest, well, you don't shoot in sequence. So you don't shoot the show in chronological order. So the thing is, you can start with the ending. So mainly what you're doing when you're on set is going, oh, right, what has the character just done? What are they about to do? Because you know, you have to track that. You have to keep that in your head. Otherwise, you know, you'll think, oh, it's my first day of shooting. Probably it's the first scene, and it's not. It's the last scene. You know what I mean? Where she's crying and stuff, and she'd be like, anyway, bye, doctor, which wouldn't have worked. So to be honest, we would when you're shooting, you don't really have time to experience your own emotions. Because it's a technical show, you know what I mean? It's technical. Acting is a very technical thing. And so you're really mainly thinking about what is this character's journey? You know, personally, I don't get, you know, I don't get emotionally caught up in stuff because I figure it's acting, and my job is to entertain and to relay the messages and to relay the feelings, and I love doing it. But it doesn't mean it doesn't mean I'm as distraught as Donna is when anything's happening to her. Because if it is, I'd have had a breakdown. You know what I mean? Because Runaway Bride was pretty, it was pretty intense. Thank you.
So I'm a big fan of Shakespeare, and I was just wondering...
He's done pretty well for himself.
I was just wondering if you had any funny stories from your time on As You Like It with David, and if there's any chance of a DVD release?
A DVD release? I would have no idea about that. I'm sure there's not. I think it's online or digital theatre or something like that. This is the thing. I think I don't have any really funny stories, because when you're on stage and doing stuff, if we were to prank around, we'd lose our jobs. Do you know what I mean? And I think everyone. Well, actually, listen. Unless you're working with John Barrowman and you think his butt is funny, because that's all you're gonna get with John. And John's always like, doing this on my first time in the TARDIS. John thought, oh, I'll just break the ice by showing me his testicles. In fact, I was on a radio show. I'm sorry to detail, but I was on a radio. David and I were on a radio show with John, and because he was a DJ, like a presenter on the radio, and John was joking around, right? Saying, sometimes he used to get his bum out on the radio, okay? Now, no one can see it, because it's on the radio, right? So many people complained, just because they could feel his nudity throughout the airwaves. I mean, how crazy are we getting when we're stopping naked radio broadcasts?
I have to say, when you said that, half the audience face went like this, and the other half like, oh my gosh.
And then the other third are going, yeah, it figures. With John. So, sorry, I don't have any funny much ado stories. And I don't want to make up one, because it's not true. You know what I mean? Like, oh, when he put the banana skin down. Because there's just no time. There's no time. I think actors, people think, oh, we're all pranking each other. But seriously, we'd all get sacked if it was like, sorry, they're starting rolling the film, and we're like, I'm sorry, do you mind? I just want to do some funny voices to David. Yeah, sorry. Thanks. Hello. Are you little Bo Peep?
No, I'm
Oh God.
Belle.
Who are you?
Belle.
Belle. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I'm mistaken.
That's not sci-fi, is it? Is it? Oh,
Beauty and the Beast.
you're just cosplaying.
Beauty and the Beast.
What?
Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast. I've heard of it.
But I've been mistaken.
Little dancing salt and pepper pots. Yes. Where are they, cosplay people? I want to see some of them next time.
I've been mistaken for Bo Peep and
have you good?
Dorothy
And who?
everybody. Dorothy from
Oh yes. Now I know that's checked.
Yes.
Those people are stupid. Embarrassing. Are you Dorothy? Yeah. She's clearly Belle from Beauty and the Beast and the Planet of the Salt and Pepper Pots. Your question.
My question is sort of similar to the one before me, but on the show, working with David Tennant, what was your experience like working with him? And
he's really, really a bastard. I'm just gonna get it out there.
And also, do you think you could get him to come to Comic-Con? Because
I'm gonna drag him. I'm gonna drag his mean old moaning ass here next year. I am, of course, joking, David. No, not about dragging his moaning old ass here. No, that's happening. No, I'm joking obviously about him not being nice, because David is quite genuinely a gold standard of people. He is a beautiful person, the most brilliant actor, and the most wonderful person and friend. So that is from my heart. Are you waiting for the beast now to... You're backing off away from the microphone? What? Your brother was Gaston, where is he? Oh, and I missed him? He was 2 before. Oh, I'm sorry. Gaston, I apologise. He didn't look like a beast. Oh, was he the Prince version? Look at the way she's walking away in disdain. I mean, shaking her head and walking away while I'm still speaking to her. I'm joking. I'm joking. And the star is born. What's your name? Jessica. And what was Gaston saying? Seriously, I don't even know why you all laughed at that. Was he the beast or the prince? Or is he not? A what? A bear? A man-child? A bad guy? What's that look like? Where is he? Bring him up. Where's his costume? Gaston, get your bad guy ass up here. Jessica, come up here. Look, have I got this wrong? Is the beast the big beast? So what was he dressed as? The villain! Who's Gaston? What the hell is going on? Oh, where are you? You were 2 seats back. Where have you gone? Minnesota?
There he is.
Here he is. Come up here. Oh, look. You don't look like a beast. Am I getting this wrong? Gaston, you're young enough to jump up here. Oh, this is adorable. It's Dorothy and someone from Star Trek. Yes, you can get a selfie. What's your name? Christian. Oh, here we go. Sorry, I know this is not what we're here for, but it sort of is, isn't it? Sort of is. Now, this is it. Oh, you don't know how your phone works? Well, that's them.
Both of their
Now
hands
we've
are
got
shaking.
Snapchat filters. Where the tongue comes out. Come on. I'm sorry, but come on.
House lights.
Everyone's having a go. Oh, you're so lovely. You're so lovely. Christian and Jessica! I'm so sorry to keep this woman's like, yeah, come on. It's all very well and good, but I've got a question about episode 3.
Sorry, I should have dressed as the beast.
You should have done. I'd have recognised you at least. I mean, seriously, I thought that was Star Trek. No? So I'm not even going to go there. I'm not going to go there.
Hiya.
Hello, darling. What's your name?
Brooke.
Brooke. Nice to see you.
I wondered if there was an actor or actress that you would love to work with. Do you have a celebrity crush that you look for? That you would love to work with?
To be honest, I'm a bit superstitious like that, so I wouldn't say who I'd like to work with. I just like to stalk people until I'm told to leave. But you know what? This is the thing. You can have something in your head and think, I really, really want to work with this person. But actually, the most magical thing happens when you, like me and David, right? I didn't know David before me and David worked together. In fact, he once walked past me at the BAFTAs and ignored me, and I was like, oh my God. He's on some sci-fi show and he thinks he's really cool. But he just didn't see me, so we were cool. And I'd actually watched David in being an audience member. In fact, when we, probably about the time we both came out of college, we were both working at a theatre called the National Theatre, but we were in separate plays. So I'd seen him in that, I'd seen him on TV, I'd seen him in a lot of plays, and I thought he was absolutely fantastic actor. But I never knew we were going to work together. And then when we did, and we got this kind of chemistry going, that's the most magical thing. When you turn up and you don't actually know someone, you'd never kind of thought, because I never actually thought I'd ever work with David. So when I did get the chance, it was like this sort of spark happened. It was so brilliant. But yeah, I'm going to say Mr. T. Thank you. Nice to see you.
Hi, you're my idol.
Sorry, I just have one question. It still doesn't answer why she was still there just because Gaston had the question to people before. I've just thought of that. She was just like there. And I said, what are you here for? And she went, my cousin, my brother was Gaston. Doesn't quite. And am I in an episode of some strange sci-fi show right now? It's called Salt Lake. No, it's not. It's called Saltalakasiti. Sorry, darling. Go on.
So you're my idol. I love you.
You got to raise the bar, love. Seriously. I don't know the difference between fairy tales and sci-fi shows.
No, you're wonderful. So I wanted to ask you that moment when you became the Dr. Donna.
The Dr. Donna.
Like, how did that feel to be a Time Lord in that moment?
Well, I mean, obviously at the time, I obviously didn't realise. This is the thing. It's like I say, when you're doing it, you have no idea what the... When you do something, all you can do is send it out there. Do you know what I mean? So it kind of doesn't really have a significance because it's only other people that can give something significance. So for me, I was trying to remember all these lines and at the same time slightly copy David. And then it just became meaningful. You know, it became a very meaningful part of the Donna story and a meaningful part of the show and then a meaningful part of the kind of whole package of the universe that Doctor Who exists in. So you don't realise anything at the time. You don't realise anything at the time. And if you do, you're probably not doing it properly because what you should be doing is only thinking about that at the time. But it was, I mean, when I saw it, it was like, oh my gosh, that's a gift of something to do because there was so much going on. And, you know, I'm a bit of a show-off, so I quite like all that speaking fast and long words. Not that I knew what they meant. But, so it was more, you know, it's just more of the whole process carries you along. So, you know, I don't really process it myself. Thank you, though. Hello. Hi. I'm going to say Rambo. No? No, okay. Military lady. No.
It's supposed to be Faith from Buffy.
Faith from Buffy.
What I want to know for your comedy act, was it hard to come up for the wedding scene?
Lauren's wedding scene?
No.
Yeah,
the one that you come out, Aisha.
Oh yeah, where I sing Celine Dion.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't hard to come up with that because we wanted a reason to kind of end the season. And it was like, what can we do with her now? We'll have her get married. And at home there was this, oh, there still is. She's a glamour model called Katie Price. And she's like always in Hello magazine and she's like a celebrity. And so Lauren's dress was based on her wedding dress. And we just wanted to do something really big and where I sing really badly. And do something sort of, just take it out of the classroom. That was what we wanted to do. We thought, oh, should we
shall we get her to be married? And it was just sort of from there.
Hello, darling.
Hello. My name is Hunter, and this is about The Office.
What did you say?
This
is about The Office. Oh, okay, great. No aliens.
So, who is your favorite person to work with in The Office and why?
Well, it's very difficult and undiplomatic to say who my favourite person to work with at any point in time is. However, my favourite person to work with on The Office is Craig Robinson, who plays Daryl on The Office. You know Daryl on The Office? Yeah? So he's my favourite person, Craig Robinson. And actually, Crayro, that's what I call him, Crayro. He calls me Cat Tat, and I call him Crayro. And he pranked me last week. Was it last weekend? 2 weeks ago? 2 weekends ago, I was going to Fan Expo in in Toronto. And on my way to the airport, he FaceTimes me. And he goes, Cat Tat, you on Swiss Air? You're on the Swiss Air flight to Toronto. And I was like, yeah, that's where I'm going. He's like, yeah, I'm on that flight too. And I'm like, no, you're not. You're not going to Fan Expo. He said to me, you're going to Fan Expo in Toronto. Right? Now, I didn't know the name of the convention. And I said, no, I'm not. And he goes, yeah, you are. And I said, where are you now? He goes, and he's on FaceTime. He says, I'm in my car. I'm in my, the cab, on my way to the airport to come to Fan Expo in Toronto. And I'm like, shut up. No, you're not. Because he's always praying. Actually, it's not that. It's just that I never believe him. So I'm like, oh yeah, sure you are. I went, where are you really going? He says, all right, I'm going to Burbank, I'm going to Philly. So I'm sitting in the lounge, the Swiss Air lounge to go to Toronto. Tap on the shoulder, it's Crayro, right? I still don't believe he's going, right? I'm like, what are you doing here? And he's like, I'm going to Fan Expo in Toronto. And I'm like, no, you're not. So he gets on the plane, right? To him, you're not going to the same con as me. I'm not going to that one. I'm going to some sci-fi con, right? He goes, we're going to the same con, Cat Tat, right? The pilot comes out to say hello, right? He says to me, I'm a huge Doctor Who fan and I really love Donna Noble. And I was like, oh my God, you know Craig Robinson's here from The Office? And he goes, yeah, I know, he's going to Fan Expo in Toronto. Is in on this joke. And I go up to him and I go, you are going? And he's like, you have got to stop believing me, Cat Tat. But anyway, my favourite person, not really, it's Pam.
We have time for this. Will be our
We've got
last
time
question.
for one more. It's you.
Yeah. Welcome to Utah.
Thank you.
Let's see. My question is, you probably travel a lot. What are the differences that you have observed culturally between Great Britain and the United States?
Portion sizes are much bigger here. That's why I like it. I mean, have you ever been to Britain?
No, but I really want to.
You should. When you get there, if you ask for a glass of water, no one's going to know what you're saying, let me just tell you that. It's water. Okay? Water. I guess the difference is, you know what? I think it depends anywhere you go. You should gravitate towards the nice people, and I would recommend going to the sci-fi cons.
guys. Catherine Tate.